Whenever I ask you guys what types of videos you want to see, it never fails that somebody says, yo, show us your revenge collection. And no matter how many times I tell you guys that it's pretty small, I keep getting the same request: show us the revenge collection, show us the collection. So I'm going to be finally showing off the pieces that I do have. You know, like I said, it's pretty small. So if you're clicking on this video expecting something huge, you're going to be disappointed. That being said, I do have some crazy stuff planned for late May, but probably wouldn't release in terms of videos until the following month because of editing. But yeah, I'll probably be doing a video with one of the people who owns one of the largest revenge collections and be showcasing all that stuff. So if if that's the video you're looking for, stay tuned for that. Subscribe to keep an eye out for that. So before I showcase the pieces that I do have, why do I not have that many? I like to, pat my ego a little bit. I like to think of myself as the biggest revenge YouTuber. So why do I not have that many pieces? Well, there's a couple reasons. One, the sizing is terrible. They're getting better, especially now that they're not doing cropped hoodies. It's a little bit easier for tall people like myself. I'm 6'3", so I have ordered hoodies in the past and shorts in the past, and they just turn out to be too small. And then my brother ends up coming up on anything that I order and it turns out to be too small. So he got a massacre hoodie, which if you don't know what that looks like this. I ordered it in a size large because it said, oversized. And this was a couple years ago when I wasn't as familiar with the brand. But they're large, oversized, didn't even go down to my waistline. It went down to maybe my belly button, lengthwise. So I was really disappointed with that. So I gave it to my brother. And then he also got my snow shorts, which I liked. I like those. They look like this. I did an unboxing for it, but it was cool. It was a snow camo, and then they had revenge spelled down the side. Very poor quality, which we'll get into in a little bit. But yeah, I think I washed those and then air dried them. But even after air drying, they shrunk just a tiny bit, and it was yeah, I'm getting into dangerous territory with how short these shorts are going. So that's the first reason and the main issue with some of the pieces I have ordered and how they've just kind of my collection has kind of dwindled because of that. The second issue is actually quality, because a lot of the quality for revenge just isn't there. If you watch my unboxings, I'll go over the quality for it. But I think in general, they're moving kind of more towards higher quality pieces. I know we have some lower quality print stuff still happening, like the Globe hoodie, but I think in general, especially the embroidered stuff, is for the most part heading towards better quality. But still, they definitely overcharge. A brand like this with the quality that they have should be charging something like FTP prices, which would be a lot more reasonable. So the last reason, number 3, that I want to talk about is just designs. You see all my unboxings that I have here on my channel. I've got a ton of clothes. I'm not going to be copping every single design. I review all the revenge drops and stuff like that. I do the live streams, so you guys see my opinions on everything. A lot of it doesn't really pique my interest, compared to a lot of the other stuff I have in my wardrobe and a lot of the other stuff releasing from other brands. It just doesn't really compare design-wise, so I'm not going to be copping everything. So with that out of the way, let me swap over to the collection view and get the camera over there so you guys can look at all the individual pieces. All right, so here we are, as promised. Pretty small. There's 8 pieces total, including the mug, which is an accessory, obviously, and then also the Stokely Jason tee, which is merch. It's not even labeled as Revenge. I don't even think Revenge released it. Yeah, it wasn't on their website. It was on the Stokely merch, the Big Cartel or something like that. So Steven did the design though for that one, so I've always kind of included it in the collection. Also, if you guys are wondering why there's a stool there, that's why I got the mic placed on. So sorry if that looks a little weird, but to start things off, we'll start off with the big one. This is the Revenge crew neck, and I think this was the first piece to come out with the embroidery. I think they did this and then the gray colorway as well. Maybe the pink came out the same time. I want to say they did a couple when they first released this, but this was kind of innovative or a big step for Revenge because this is the first one with the embroidery. And the embroidery is kind of crazy on them. You look at the shine on it. I think it has a high thread count. And like I was saying before, the quality is pretty good on them. A couple issues that I do have though, you get some white thread on it. It's kind of hard to tell maybe on the camera, but you can see the top right there is white, which is, I don't know, man. Whatever they did charge for this, 118, maybe even more, it should be coming in perfect condition for just a crew neck. So another thing I did like about this was how they did the side paneling for it. If If you look at the side, it's not just like one solid piece of fabric. We have this kind of ribbed side portion that connects the front and the back pieces. So I did like that. I thought that was kind of interesting. And then here's like a look at the tag if you guys are curious what that looks like. Let's see, try to focus. Got the size in the back, and then just the Revenge Arc logo. Not as cool or interesting as the other ones. All right, so next up we got the mug, and I was kind of excited for this one, but when I actually got it in hand, the quality was pretty disappointing, and the price tag on it I think was like 24 bucks or something. Right away you can see here on the handle the paint is all messed up. Like it came like this, and then also on the inside you can see that huge spot of just like white paint. So kind of whack, very cheaply made. Moving on, we have the shorts, and I actually really like these. This is a nice fabric, it's really lightweight. The only downside to these is the drawstrings on the inside are super long. If you don't actually tie them, sometimes they'll like poke out of the bottom of the shorts when you're sitting down, so that's a little weird, and it feels kind of strange when the drawstrings just poking out. But yeah, as far as branding goes, you just got a nice ARC logo embroidered on the side. I think these came in a couple different colorways. I think we had an iridescent, which was a cool colorway, and then I think a gray, and then also maybe a blue. But yeah, kind of a cool material, really lightweight. Onto the tees, we have the long-awaited Mickey Cobain tee, which was shown off for a while, and then it finally dropped. Sometimes I like never wear this. I think I've worn it twice. Yeah, sometimes I forget that it even exists, but yeah, I think it's kind of cool. Kind of a nod to the original like XXX Tentacion Mickey design. I thought a lot of people were complaining that it rips off number 9. I forget which brand. They did a Mickey Mouse design that was basically the same thing, just a little different pose, and then Mickey had a microphone stand sitting in front of him. But yeah, one thing I didn't like about this design though is you flop it over on the back, and I just think this is unnecessary that they did this. They have Mickey on the back as well, and you get the Revenge spell out too. So I don't really think you need a back design, and I've never been a fan of just putting like the back view of the front image. Sticking with the tees, we'll go to the Stokely Tour merch next. Like I said, not an actual Revenge piece. You look inside, it's branded just for Stokely, which is of course Ski Mask the Slump God. We got Jason Voorhees here, you know, obviously the comparison, the Ski Mask. So yeah, and then like I said, Steven designed this one, so this was probably my favorite, or this actually was my favorite from that merch that was released. And if you guys don't know who Steven is, he is probably the most popular Revenge graphic designer. Up the Motion long sleeve in the gray colorway. I think they call it gray anyway. Let me focus. We of course have the Motion logo. It's a striped long sleeve. The material for this is really weird. It's super thin, not very sturdy at all. It just kind of like drapes on you. Not much like form to it at all. And then one of the big features about this piece as well, you got Revenge is in the creator's hands going down the sleeve. This is all screen printed. I'll try to get like a better look right here. So you can see the screen print going on there. And then being one of the older Revenge pieces, we do have kind of a cooler tag on it. This one is a little bit metallic, probably hard to see on camera, but the actual Revenge spell out is done in a metallic thread, so looks kind of cool. And these pieces are actually what got me into Revenge. The red one, I really liked that one when I saw somebody rocking it, or a picture of somebody rocking it. So started following the brand to try to cop, and then I missed out on the white and black and blue one, so finally got the chance to cop this colorway. This was my first Revenge piece. All right, second to last, we have the Vetements design. This one, I think the original one, I want to say, was kind of the wavy colored one, and then afterwards they came out with just the white on black. This is on a very strange blank. I was never crazy about these blanks. It's weird. It's almost like foamy. It's like kind of like a squishy fabric. It's very strange. The fit on it is also really weird too. really wide and boxy, which matches up with a lot of the other pieces they're doing, like the hoodies, where they just fit super short on the torso and then are just very wide. But yeah, the Vedmints logo. And then here's a full look at it. And I don't know, it's really hard to get the material I'm talking about to translate on camera. Like, I don't know how you guys would be able to tell, but doesn't it just kind of look like spongy? I don't know, that is how it feels. It's really weird. And then the actual graphic is puff print, some crazy huge puff, which I'm sure you guys can tell. I'm sure it shows up on the video. All right, so last up we got the Revenge motion logo flannel, and I was really hyped about this until I got it and saw the fit for it. Like everything else, you know, the fit was kind of trash. It fits super short. I got an XL for this because I was trying to, you know, counter that, and you know, I was anticipating it to fit super short, but getting an XL really didn't make any difference. As far as the piece goes though, I really like the embroidery that they have on the back. You can see the motion logo done in a nice white embroidery going across the back. And then we flop it over. And then flop it over to the front, and a couple things to notice. The first one is the chest logo. Once again, the motion logo is done in chain stitching, I believe is the method they call it, which I've never really been a fan of. I've always preferred just kind of like solid embroidery like the back. This kind of reminds me of contrast stitching, which I don't really like. And then you can also notice that it is a zip up flannel, which, you know, I don't mind. So moving on to the actual material of the flannel, I'll open it up so you guys can get a look at it. The blank is just kind of weird, or the cut and sewn, like the way that they did it is strange. Like you can see the inside of here behind the front zipper, and you can see the back of the material. It's not really like a flannel where it's kind of soft, but almost more like a nylon. I'm just folding this up to put it back away. And look at how much of an absolute unit this is. Like, look at how wide this is. Forget calling it Revenge. This is just my 600-pound life merch. And that's been the collection. That's all I've got. Like I said, I gave away a couple pieces to my brother that I did have. I've also bought him a couple pieces like the denim jacket. I'm sure you guys saw that unboxing. And then I actually also ordered a Blue Lightning shirt, which is around the same time as the Vedmints one, and used the same blank, but unfortunately that got lost in the mail. But yeah, that's all I've got. Thank you guys for watching. Of course, stay tuned for the larger collection video coming in a couple months. I'm sure you guys will enjoy that. And until next time.